Welcome to this quick introduction to Rust, the systems programming language known for safety, speed, and concurrency. Rust is a modern language focused on memory safety without a garbage collector. It's designed to prevent common bugs like null pointer dereferencing or data races in multi-threaded applications. One of Rust's core features is its ownership system, which ensures memory safety at compile time. Rust is great for systems programming, game development, and even web development thanks to its fast performance and safety guarantees. Here's a basic Hello World program in Rust. Notice how it uses println for output with an exclamation mark because it's a macro. That's a quick look at Rust. Stay tuned for more tutorials on Rust's unique features like ownership, borrowing, and more. In this video, let's write your first Rust program. We'll start simple with a Hello World example. To get started, create a new Rust file with the rs extension. Then write a simple main function. Here, fn defines a function, and main is the entry point for every Rust program. The println is a macro that prints text to the console. The exclamation mark indicates it's a macro, not a regular function. To run this program, open your terminal and type cargo build to compile it. Then run the compiled file by typing cargo run. This will print hello world to your terminal. Congrats! You've just written and run your first Rust program. Stay tuned for more quick Rust tutorials. In this video, let's talk about variables and mutability in Rust. In Rust, variables are immutable by default, meaning their values cannot be changed once assigned. Here, let x equals 5 creates an immutable variable. If you try to change it, Rust will throw an error. To make a variable mutable, use the mut keyword like this. Now, you can modify the value of x because it's mutable. Immutability helps prevent bugs in your code by reducing unintended changes, but mutability is available when needed. That's the basics of variables and mutability in Rust. Stay tuned for more quick Rust tips. In this video, let's take a quick look at Rust's data types. Rust has several built-in data types divided into scalar and compound types. Scalars include integers, floating point numbers, booleans, and characters. Compound types in Rust include tuples and arrays. Tuples can group different types together, while arrays hold multiple values of the same type with a fixed length. Rust is strongly typed, but it also has type inference, so you don't always need to annotate the type explicitly. Rust will infer the type based on the value if you don't specify it. That's a quick look at data types in Rust. Stay tuned for more Rust tutorials. In this video, let's explore constants and shadowing in Rust. Constants are values that are set once and cannot be changed throughout the program. Unlike variables, constants are always immutable and must have a type annotation. Constants are defined with the const keyword and can be used globally within your code. Here, maxpoints is a constant of type U32. Shadowing allows you to redeclare a variable with the same name, but with a new value or even a different type. This is useful when you want to transform a value without mutating it directly. Rust allows shadowing instead of mutability. Remember, shadowing lets you redeclare a variable, even with a new type. Mutability only allows you to change the value, but not the type. That's a quick look at constants and shadowing in Rust. Stay tuned for more short Rust tutorials. In this video, let's quickly dive into string handling in Rust. Rust has two main string types, and str, which is an immutable string slice, and string, a growable heap allocated string. You can easily convert between an str and string using methods like to underscore string and as underscore str. You can manipulate strings by pushing or concatenating them. That's the basics of handling strings in Rust. Stay tuned for more Rust tutorials. In this video, let's take a quick look at tuples in Rust. Tuples in Rust are a way to group multiple values of different types into a single compound type. Here, the tuple person contains a string slice, an integer, and a floating point number. You can access individual elements of a tuple using dot notation with index numbers. Rust also allows destructuring tuples into separate variables. That's the basics of tuples in Rust. Stay tuned for more Rust programming tips.